Oh yes. No one needs to tell you that it's wet out there. Haven't pulled down of rain since last night. And you know what? We have 2 seasons. There are time and season for everything. Good morning, folks. It's great to be right here on the Truth Breakfast Show this morning. It's wet Wednesday, wet week. No food for lazy man. Wake up, go and hustle legally. Welcome to the TBS, the 50 Countess. This is the Breakfast Show. The love of liberty matters here. Let justice be done to all. There are 2 kinds of people in Liberia: those who divide everything into 2, and those who don't. Liberians, Mama Liberia is all we have. Let's embrace love and not open room for 3 cow story narrated by former President Charles Gange Tiller. And guess what? Oh, Bobby Bleedy Addison. Will took almost 5 hours to have the audio with the 3 cow story. We're going to play it this morning. The 3 cow story. The red, the black, the white. To transfer from cassette. Bobby Bleedy Addison, security journalist. Good morning, folks. His Excellency the President, Joseph Human Boykai. Good morning. Member of the 55th. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts. Marka Davis going to serve you breakfast up to 10 o'clock this morning. You know what? In the midst of all what we do, country afraid. Our silent listeners, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, Marka, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, O'Neill. Good morning to all of you who have joined the show this morning. Again,
Ain't easy.
it's not easy out there. Even to get here this morning, it wasn't easy, but we just have to do what we can to ensure that we serve our people. Yes, for me, I didn't know I was coming.
Yeah,
Well,
I knew I was coming.
yeah.
I'm 100 miles away from you, and you just 2 miles away. How come now?
However, I want to remind Chairman Vavle Kamara, the legs of Trocon Repu, and the No Umbrella crew, William Hammer,
Okay.
William Hammer,
Yeah. What about the guy for front page?
the legs of who?
Gerard.
Gerard Kwayne?
Gerard. Yeah.
Yeah, Gerard Kwayne.
Gerard part of that thing.
Gerard is always violating, but I'm watching. I'm for your information, I'm the head of intelligence.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm watching out for these guys. Anywhere you find Edwin Genoa with umbrella, you let me know.
Okay. You see
Anything that has to do with ring gear, whether ring code, ring booth, umbrella, anywhere. William Hammer, public camera, and even try. Yeah, Trocon Rebel. None of them can use umbrella, including me that's sitting here.
All right.
So I'm on a watch. I hold my position very firmly. George Bowie, yes, George Bowie. Any of these guys you see with umbrella, just let me know. Just take the picture and let me know. They will be suspended and be investigated.
Tap me definitely.
Yes, yes. We're not supposed to buy umbrella. We never buy umbrella.
Interesting. I tried to drop him away and tell him go on to your calling. I said, Council, this is not the time for call. He said, hold on, man.
So the first person
That's a call will draw through the range is you.
The first person who offended the association is Trocon Repu. He posted this morning about, oh, the ring in Central Monroe is heavy when you are coming to town, bring your ring here. Now you supposed to make that announcement. Who are you?
Nah.
Yeah.
We
be doing that.
We are coming from all the way Cowell. We should be making that announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but good morning to all of you, man. Our silent listeners. A special good morning to Madam Victoria Pava this morning. And she's very, very one of the very, very committed persons. And I may also say good morning to Mrs. Comfort Yinatu Cooper. She's currently at JFK. She was recently assigned the dialysis there.
Okay.
She's referred to as Mary Bro in JFK. I don't know why, but she have that kind of robust, yes, action kind of movement. So she's being referred to as Mary Bro in JFK. But I want to say good morning to you. She's a very committed person. She got a lot of passion for what she does. So when she went back to JFK, she was there previously. She left and then she was called back because everywhere you serve, the kind of service you render there, there'll be a point in time they will need you back. And sometimes you have to go back. So a special good morning to you, Madam Comfort Yinatu Cooper. Thanks for all you do for the country.
Yes. Good morning, says corrector. Kuman, good morning. Magata the greeting.
Good morning. 10 coffee for me. My coffee, that 2 week coffee will get 10 coffee. Yeah. And that I must say delay my coffee.
Yeah, but you go for it, you get it.
I don't know what my problem is.
Good morning, Mrs. Fatu Shaw. Good morning to you. Yeah, all of you. Mother Alice on the highway there. Marka, notice the thing. That people don't listen to the radio when the rain is falling so heavily.
Tell me, man. Somebody attacking me. Respect yourself and leave my name this morning. I dare to see you with umbrella any Junoway. I dare to see you with umbrella. You'll be investigated, suspended, indefinite.
Mission. How's it impossible? Me ever get someone a mission? How do that Chuck Norris question?
Mission impossible.
Impossible.
I mean, like mission impossible. They made myself when I'm talking about 3 for 20 mission. Say that I can get in a war boss again.
Look, every time someone an OG, we go with the G get breakdown.
And the Jeep the mega again say the war boss. The later Jeep said I'm a war boss.
Yeah, man. Good morning, man. It's having pulled down of rain. Let's see what we have this morning on the lineup. The breakfast show 961. The heart and soul of Liberia. Something interesting happened on yesterday. I passed through this war. You know how this war solution.
Okay.
That free testing thing I was saying on the air. Something I can talk to, I forget. They war green free testing. Yeah. So I just passed through. I saw more than 50 Liberians all sit there. Interesting. None of them recognize me.
Okay.
Yes. So I wanted to go and see because seeing is believing.
Yeah.
Yes, right at the Boulevard Junction. So I was leaving. Then an elderly woman said, like, you look like O'Neill. I said, no. The everybody said, oh, they don't make us to come here.
Greenwood Natural Solution
Yes,
Center.
Greenwood Natural
Solution Center.
Yes, Greenwood. So I want to see for myself to see what are the things people talking about is true. So I saw that more Liberians turn out. People are sick in this country. We all are sick, in fact.
Oh, yes.
We all are sick. When they go and do the free testing. So the testing will continue on today and it will end on today. Okay. Yes. I mean, that's right.
Yeah.
What do we have? Yes.
Yeah, let's go for the lineup again. Good morning, Tom Ring Kennedy. You know that you're not supposed to hold umbrella. I dare you to have one. So yes, thanks for joining to this June 11, 2025. This show is proudly sponsored by EcoBank Liberia Limited and Orange Liberia. Our prime sponsors and co-sponsors Diamond Mineral Water, Carish Eye Care, and Lacoste's College of Education. Thanks to all of you for doing business with us, and we encourage other institutions and organizations, establishments to come and do business with the Renaissance Communications Incorporated. We enjoy the familyship and partnership with you all. Yes, health tips come out shortly with David Coty this morning, followed by the review of the local dailies if we have them. Shooting at Charles Masale residents in Mount Barkley. We'll talk about that. Who is the journalist named for payment on the SOE listing. We intended to talk about this yesterday, but because of the bouquet of things we have, we didn't talk about it. Western Cluster should not be reopened, and O'Neill will share his experience in Bombing County as well. At 8:30 this morning, we'll have Winston Dayu. He's the head of communications. If you like, call him the communications manager at Asila Meta, Liberia. He's coming here for us to talk about that milestone facility launched recently, if you like, commissioned recently by the president, the iron ore concentrator in Tokade, Nema County. We'll talk about that. What's the value of that to the company, to the country, especially the locals in Nimba County? So Winston Dye will be with us this morning. At 9, we bring you sports, entertainment, commercials brought to you by EcoBank Liberia Limited and Orange Liberia. 9:05 to 10, the Chinese national Yan Dan, who is said to have allegedly defrauded several of his own nationals, people from his own country, with huge amounts of money in millions of dollars, and is misinforming the public about investment that is now visible. Okay, one of the main victims, Nathan Lowe, who will be our guest via mobile phone this morning after losing almost 4 million in the alleged fraud scam by Yang Dan. He will tell us his side of the loss as we have been playing other victims' voices from yesterday. So, in the midst of all country first, these are very important issues that we should raise to the letter because these kind of things scare away people who have the intention to invest in the country. So you have one Chinese man in the country allegedly defrauding other, potential investors. It sends a very negative picture and image about the country. So yes, we must discuss these things up to the letter and reach into the logical conclusion so that people cannot be brave to be doing these things in the country.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yes, thanks. Good lineup. Let's bring on our young friend Derek Ernest Cote. Look, how far we're live, man. No need. Stop calling, man. Yeah, I heard you. What are you calling me for? You want difficulty to sleep? Abbas morning, yeah. The message you coming on the air, then you're calling.
Yeah, you want to disturb the line? I don't know. I thought global people were peaceful people.
Good morning, President O'Neill and Ambassador David.
Good morning.
That Hartford man, I'm trying to understand who he really is. He's a problem.
Okay.
Even when it's about 8 o'clock, when he knows about the court, then he's calling me.
Yeah, you calling me. Why you calling me? I want to play something. I want to play something before you go ahead with your health tip.
Go ahead, brother.
Yes,
Go ahead,
yes. Let me play this. This is the 3 cow story of His Excellency. I'm like, I want to play the half of your calling. Calling me for what? Why you tell me yesterday you won't tell me in the morning?
You gotta stop that behavior. You know that this is the time for the help.
Yeah.
Stop that behavior.
Yeah, man. Yeah, let me give you a play. Bobby Allison, let's do this. Let's get this out.
Of 3 cows. There's a red cow.
You're listening up today. There is a story of 3 cows.
There's a red cow.
Look, that man voice there. Let's give it a play. Let's give it out. Let's go.
There's a story of 3 cows. There's a red cow, there's a white cow, and there's a black cow. They were friendly with lion. After lion had eaten up all of the little antelopes around, he decided that he would have a meeting with the cows to discuss future meetings. And so he met them and talked, but he kept a secret. The secret was the rank of these 3 cows, but they did not know. So he went to the white cow and the black cow. He said, listen, guys, there's this black cow. I don't like how this fellow looks. So I'm hungry. Let me just eat him and you guys will be fine. He got the black cow and he wiped it off. He got hungry again. So he came to the white cow. He said, look, you are right. You got me. This red cow is stubborn. Let me eat this red cow. Is about let me eat the red cow. He grabbed the red cow and he ate the red cow. He got hungry again. He came to the white cow. The white cow said, oh, but you promised that you would not do this. He said, well, you should have known.
Abbas.
Look, I noticed something the former president was right now.
Uh-huh.
When he said the workout said, yeah, you gotta go ahead.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I'm
It's
doing
better that they will go to you. Yeah.
You know, Bobby Allison showed me that thing yesterday, last night. I have played it 10 times.
let me give you another play, man. They cow story, man. Let's cow story. Let me give you another play before you go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You were 10 times.
Folks, this is former President Charles Ganget Taylor talking about the cow story. You're listening up to the cow story. During those days, there was no internet. People used to tell us story. Listen up to the cow story. Let's go. Let's go.
There's a story of three cows. There's a red cow, there's a white cow, and there's a black cow. They were friendly with lion. After lion had eaten up all of the little antelopes around, he decided that he would have a meeting with the cows to discuss future meetings. And so he met them and talked, but he kept a secret. The secret was the wife of these three cows, but they did not know. So he went to the white cow and the red cow. Said, listen, guys, this black cow, I don't like how this fellow looks. So I'm hungry. Let me just eat him, and you guys will be fine. He got the black cow, he wiped it up. He got hungry again. So he came to the white cow. He said, look, you are white. You got no problem. Red cow is trouble. Let me eat this red cow. Said, no, let me eat the red cow. He grabbed the red cow and he ate the red cow. He got hungry again. He came to the white cow. The white cow said, oh, but you promised that you would not do this. He said, well, you should have known. All the red cow and the black cow that you were next. I said to my colleagues, the chairman of the African Union, chairman of ECOWAS. Africa is at a crossroads.
Yes, we want it right there. Abbas.
You know, took place in 2003 in
Mhm.
the executive mansion
Mhm.
in the presence of President Olusegun Obasanjo of Nigeria,
Mhm.
Thabo Mbeki of South Africa, and I think there was John Kofu. I don't remember the chair president. There was a time President Obasanjo came to escort Charles to Nigeria after all the small arrangements to bring peace. And you know that was beautiful. And I was watching TV and I could see Obasanjo smiling, Thabo Mbeki smiling.
Mhm.
You know, yeah, it was a great time, great time. And it was right after that when Taylor left Nigeria, and that was it.
That way. So
So I want to say many thanks to Bobby Allison.
yeah, we have to download this on the cassette. You know, back then,
Yes.
Kiss FM days, take it from the cassette and download it.
But it's very clear.
Yeah, it's very
Very
clear.
clear.
Go ahead.
Can I go ahead now?
Go ahead,
All
sir.
right.
Go ahead, sir.
I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Latin Marka hearing chased of voice. You just
Yeah,
exactly like him. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I got to go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I'm going to go ahead now with my help. Okay. Okay. Now, we're all struck this week, like we started 2 days ago. Now, so you who are old people, please listen very carefully, especially if you're more than 60 years old. Age is, I mean, age is a risk factor
Mm. Yes, welcome to the review of the local dailies. Let's bring you the Independent newspaper, the Independent, the front page of the Independent newspaper. The lead story say oil grab is a question mark here. Oil grab as Boakai gives lucrative blocks to Lokar. Well, oil grab as Boakai gives lucrative blocks to Nokar, where I'm seeing President Joseph Boakai on the front page of the Independent newspaper, and I'm seeing the acting local CEO and president here. This is Fabian. What's this? Okay, lie. Okay, still on the front page here. Basket of lies. The Kofa refutes arson allegation. This is the former Speaker of the House of Representatives. Still on the front page, the editorial with no parts and pens. We shall triumph the special future 2 centuries of U.S. military operations in Liberia. This is the Liberian Invest. That's the independent newspaper. Let's go to the back page. The back page, authoritarian governance. Soup descends on JMB's regime. Soup is the Student Unification Party. I'm seeing members of SUP here bearing the flag. Liberia commits to marine protection is another story. NRR LCC launched data tracking system to enhance data tracking program to enhance accountability and revenue boost. Boakai congratulates Polish president-elect is the final story on the back page of the Independent newspaper. Let's go for the next paper. So we have the front page of the newspaper, the front page of the newspaper, the lead story on the front page is startling revelations in Capita's arson trial preliminary hearing kicks off. I'm seeing Magistrate L. Ben Bako here, photograph on the front page of the newspaper, still on the front page as Love Meters 1.8 billion concentrator plant criticized. Well, I'm seeing the plans here, very huge and massive on the front page of the newspaper. Here, no crime will go unpunished. We're saying this. Government wants political troublemakers. I'm seeing the deputy information minister for public affairs, Daniel Sando, is captured here on the front page of the newspaper. Let's go to the Verity newspaper. The Verity newspaper, a mockery of justice. Ex-speaker labels arson case a mockery of justice. I'm seeing former Speaker Kofa. I'm seeing representatives Dixon Sibo, Priscilla Cooper. Also seeing Abu Kamara and Jacob Debbie here on the front page of the Verity newspaper. Still on the front page. No to renewal for AML. Senator Twanya of Nimba vows to resist. Well, I'm seeing the Nimba lawmaker right here. Senator Pro work permit report. Pro Tem Yamblikanga Lawrence is also here. He dumped the cement on my head. Who did this? I'm seeing it's a labor story, but grab the copy of this paper to read the details. Just sold for 40 Liberian dollars. Let's go to the back page of the Verity newspaper. Police allegedly fired live bullets, shot a dog. I'm seeing Charles
Matale, yeah, Charles
yes,
Matale.
I'm seeing a dog in a pool of blood right here. Wow, this is terrible. First government witness takes the stand. Well, I'm seeing the Temple of Justice. I'm seeing former Speaker Kofa here. Senator Connors claims politicization of bill. This is the Bapolu senator. He's here, and I'm seeing Is he signing anything? Finally, on the back page of the Verity newspaper, Liberia ratifies Ocean Conservation Treaty. This is Dr. Emmanuel Yire Yapawolo, the head of EPA, here on the back page of the Verity newspaper. Finally, the front page Africa. Yes, finally, the front page Africa. The lead story, premature and disruptive. What is that? Expert warns of negative consequences as President Boakai awards 100% ownership of 4 oil blocks to Noka without legislative or stakeholder input. Well, this is a major story here on the front page of the Front Page Africa newspaper. Reminiscent of a dark past, Senator Amar Conan slams police over treatment of Kofa lawmakers in Capitol Fire case. Still on the Front Page Africa newspaper. No evidence, only assumptions. Who is saying this? Defense seeks dismissal of capital arson charges against Kofa and other lawmakers. Qualm with ECOWAS. Who is making qualm with ECOWAS? Lawmakers clutch over Liberia's representation at ECOWAS Parliament ahead of delocalized joint committee meeting. And finally, on Front Page Africa, reckless discharge of firearm. Police officer allegedly fires live rounds at National Port Authority officials whom injures pet, damages vehicle. This is it. Front Page Africa newspaper is on the newsstand for just 40 Liberian dollars. That's the review of the local dailies.
Okay, so far so good. Taking your hot water.
Yeah. thanks to Mouse Cedar car.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yes, 22 minutes down, 8 o'clock. They got a weather easy.
Is Winston here now?
Yeah, Winston is fully attired.
I
Yes.
know. For the mountain, I had
Yeah, we're fully attired. Yes, but we'll link up Winston in like 5-6 minutes from now because we have the making of time. But this incident, we'll have to take a day or so to talk about this more. You know, we started something, not knowing something different was happening to Charles Masale home. Yes. About quote, giving someone will come out and say, "Oh, this property is for me. After 30 years, you are staying in the place." People will just go ahead and evict. So the court in Mount Barclay, order eviction of homes here at the Nima United. That have been happening since during the course of last week in Mount Barclay. So businessman John Ubote claiming about 17 acres of land in the community occupied by dozens of that have decent properties within that area. 17 acres of land. So according to Charles Masale, the officer entered his compound with the sheriff on yesterday. The dog began to bark in the process. You know, when strangers enter a dog not familiar with you, the dog started with a heavy back. That's part of the coat. The sheriff entered the fence. So trying to put the dog under control while in that process, an AK-47 bullet was fired. It's no secret about that. It's all on the social media. Even some of the local dealers have carried. An AK-47 sound was heard in Mount Barclay at Charles Masale. So the next thing we saw, the dog was lying down, severely injured, a real big bulldog. So, but one thing here is the thing, we have to take some time because apart from this Mount Barclay area, there are several other areas, man. That after 20 years, you are still there's some of your country, the whole property here from Dubo Road all the way to ERW here for me. Is there a way that even those who have the real mother deal that says this person has spent all the life living here, if they have to repay or know, but to just have the area demolished? Well, people are not looking at this, but I'll watch another video later say that you come and take her life because this is what she has lived for all her life. She has stayed in a property here for more than 20 years. Then someone come and say, well, this whole area here for me. Then you come and demolish it. Then what am I living for?
So we want to call on the Liberian National Police to investigate this shooting because I'm not sure there was any form of resistance from the occupants over there. They are being crying on a court to find another way out, but we saw people carrying air moving equipment, breaking people properties that they have labored for decades, which is sad. Like I mentioned yesterday, is there any way, saying the law is logic, is there any way that when people come from abroad or wherever corner they come from and claim 100 acres of land, is there any way that when these kind of properties or estates are developed, is there any way that they can
But
pay this person back?
the police shouldn't have entered.
Yeah, so
Why the police enter the premises?
yes,
The sheriff there already.
yes, and you went there and shooting. What is that?
Oh man.
What is that? I think it is sad. This thing should be investigated. I think police officers need to start listening. It should be mandatory that they start to listen to radio so they can learn some of their jobs. Because some of them they went on our academy, I think they were not paying attention.
Yeah.
Or even some of them passed through the back doors, they didn't go through the academy. Okay? How can you go to the home of peaceful city? Why you shot the dog?
On AK-47?
Why you shot it? So you mean you wanted to kill it, man?
But then
You saw the bullet mark in the man's car?
Yes, I saw the bullet.
Yes. So why if someone was in a car? So it tells that you went there on a mission. You had a motive. You shot the dog. I mean, shot through the man's car. Why? So this officer should be identified and investigated for that action, and serious punitive action should be taken against that officer. Okay. And again, what this kind of thing happening all of the time, I think it requires that we review our laws. I think we have to do that. You can see 17 acres of land developed. People have built tens of thousands of worth of properties, and you bring machine to break these things down. Is that not even anti-developmental?
And besides that, I'm seeing a conference hall meeting that is scheduled for June 12th. So this is very disturbing. Hohonen, Justice in Chambers, CNN, Clinton Johnson, Associate Justice presiding. You are hereby cited to a conference hall with her on Thursday, June 12th, at about 10 o'clock in the morning in connection with the above caption case. So perhaps the state giving some.
I don't know where these land owners can be.
Yeah, man.
When people sell these places, people build there, they live there 20 years, 30 years, and somebody just come from nowhere and claim the place, go to court. It is sad. It is sad.
Let's squeeze Charles in at least for 5 minutes or 3 or 4 minutes quickly. Let's hear from Charles Massey.
Use some sense, man.
Yes.
The people can rebuy. I mean, that's the way forward. Let the people rebuy. You can go break the people properties down. Let them rebuy. Take that money and go buy another 17 acre of land somewhere else. You understand? Land will always appreciate, doesn't depreciate. So if they give you the current price of a lot for that 17 acres of land, it can give you ×2 of what you want.
But the first, why the police officer even take a gun? I mean, the sheriff is already there. I mean, carrying the rate whatsoever. But you take an AK-47 and release a live bullet. Whatever going to be a human being shot dead now. Let's speak with Charles at least for 2 minutes, so we'll link up with Winston Dyer. Yes, at least let's do this quickly. Charles Permissive was entered on yesterday. Charles Masale, this is the Truth Breakfast Show. If you're following you live on the air, good morning, Charles. Oh, okay, yes. Both of us going back and forth. So, Charles, if we leave it, I won't get you back on the air. Yes. I mean, besides Charles, it can be any other person. You know, we shouldn't be doing this kind of thing. The police officer, sometimes you can overdo too much. Yeah, man. Yes, let me see if I can get in on. If not possible, then we'll link up. Yeah, okay, let's leave it. Let's leave it out. Since it's going to meet up with Her Highness, let's leave it. I mean, since the land business getting become a problem.
Yeah, man. So the thing that means it in a simple way.
Yeah, man.
So now I use our common sense. We know they code and the laws on the book and all of that. They think simple. 17 acres of land, somebody comes after 40 years to claim it. Even if you go to court and win it, the court mandate should be that if you rebuy your land from you.
And there should be a process how to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Once you have it legally.
Yeah, if you own the place, the poor bodies thing, they use the hard-earned money to buy the land, develop the land, and you come and break their properties down. This is uncivilized in my opinion. Seriously. I'm not judging the court's ruling, but I mean, in common understanding, that the people rebuy instead of going to break out of their properties. So that empty 17 acre land, that may not go inside it again. Why didn't you go and build there? Yeah, man.
So I'm here thinking if this live bullet that was released, well, then the dog were going to be on the hammer. I mean, they will
even the one in the car. Why is someone in the car?
Someone in the car. I mean, we can be doing this kind of thing, man. Anyway, but this is not sufficient. We'll have to take on time on tomorrow. At least we'll get one segment of it. Let's talk about land business. So perhaps someone say we'll bring the land authority.
Mm-hmm.
After 20 years, after 25 years, someone just kind of say this whole Dubai area belongs to my grandfather. Anyway, but since the matter have gone before Her Highness CNN, and she's scheduled them for a meeting on tomorrow. So I advise that let's leave all chats off, and I think he have his lawyer. Whether it's the one going or whosoever, let them go ahead legally.
I don't know where these people can be, or they don't have any family member in the country when people start to sell the land.
I'm telling you.
And then after 30 years, 40 years, you come back. Amen. Even me, Marka David saying in my property, I don't have the heart to go bring yellow machine and break people home down.
After 30 years,
I can't do
after
it.
25, I saw a video.
I will talk to the law. I will
Uh-huh.
talk to the court, or we'll find a mechanism wherein these people can rebuy the land from me. But I can't go and break these people. Please, you are killing the people.
But let us say, just take my life. I've lived here for more than 40 years.
In this economy, you know what it takes to build even your 4-bedroom house for you and your family, and somebody there can put one B machine or and break it down.
Yes, so this is not a one-day discussion. Not, so tomorrow we'll take one segment of the show. We will stress of time. Winston Dyer is already in studio. You can start with him. I'm not seeing him on the camera, so I'll do the necessary
try to
adjustment.
see if we can put him on the camera.
Yes. But 9 o'clock we'll have Lee Wei, Nathan Low, one of the victims who was defrauded by Yandan.
Yes. Chinese people name bar.
You'll be live with us this morning. So just go ahead with Winston.
Yes, so let me say again, welcome to the TBS that we mentioned this morning. We have with us this morning the communications manager from Accelerate Liberia, one of Liberia's biggest partners. She has it in progress. Yes, I can say that for a fact. So let me join Winston and say good morning. It's great to have you this morning, Chief. Okay, are you there?
I'm here now.
Okay, that's good. Yes, I think it's good.
So I just want to greet you and your many listeners.
Okay.
This morning.
Yes. How are you this morning? And are you from Montoka there this morning?
So I was in Limba last week.
Okay.
For the inauguration of the iron ore concentrator.
Okay.
So I've been in Monrovia, working from our Monrovia office since the start of the week.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. We understand that radio voice of Yahweh Mesona, that's my district in Nimba, 99.1 FM, located in Zikepa, is relaying the True Breakfast Show. Okay, thanks to the folks there. Thank you so much. So I'm being heard clearly in my hometown. Yes, but Winston, let's talk more recently this breaking development about the concentrator. I understand. I've been reading through some research and found out that is, I think, the biggest, if not in Africa, but in West Africa here. You want to give us some more information about that development?
The concentrator is a massive piece of engineering. If you go to Mount Toka there, the scale of it, the kinds of technology that the facility is embedded with is a reflection of a realization of the commitment that Accelerator has to continue to invest in Liberia and to improve on its operations in Liberia from a technological perspective, from a environmental and sustainability perspective, from a safety perspective, and from a operational efficiency perspective. This is a big milestone, not just for the business, but for Liberia. This is Liberia's first ever iron ore concentrator. It is West Africa's biggest and the second largest iron ore processing plant in the whole of Africa. So we are making a strong statement as a country and as a business that ArcelorMittal and Liberia are ready to take the mining industry in this country to the world.
Okay. Yes, this thing will get set. Yes. So the commissioning of that facility was huge. We saw in fact a huge interest from the government of Liberia, other partners, including the media. But a lot of people will want to know because maybe they're hearing, oh yes, ArcelorMittal just commissioned the iron ore concentrator. Can you explain what is that? What is that concentrator? What is its function? What is it going to be doing?
To begin with, I'd like to take this moment also to extend our profound thanks and appreciation to His Excellency, President Joseph Yuma Bouaka, for gracing the occasion and for officially inaugurating the facility. Many thanks also to the Vice President, to the Speaker of the House, to the President pro tempore, to members of the legislature, the superintendents of the counties where we operate, our local chiefs and elders, and everybody who turned out for that auspicious occasion. We are very humbled by your presence. Members of the diplomatic corps as well were there. We want to say thank you. The concentrator is basically a processing facility. What it does is it takes the raw iron ore and crushes it. It goes through a concentration process. This is a chemical process. And in that process, uh, unwanted materials are extracted from the raw iron ore. And by the time the iron ore comes out of the facility, it is a higher grade product with a higher content of iron, and it is a product that is much more valuable, that's much more in demand on the global market. So, as a country, we will be producing iron ore that is in demand, iron ore that is have value. So, what we're basically doing, we're adding more value to the ore that is produced in Liberia. In the past, we have been operating in direct shipment mode. Sorry. What that means is that we extract the raw iron. Also, we do the drilling first and identify which areas of demand have the best minimum or iron ore material in terms of iron content, and that material is extracted and crushed and shipped out of Liberia with very little processing. That is not going to be the case in the future. That is not going to be the case with the commissioning of the concentrator. So it's going to go through this process for the iron content. By the time the material comes out of the concentrator, it's at least 65% iron content in the ore that we will be sending out of Liberia. So it's a really exciting time for the business and I believe for Liberia.
Okay, yeah, that is good. So, just besides adding value to the oil you'll be sending out of the country, let's look at what benefit that facility comes with in terms of impact on community, job creation, and economic viability.
There are few benefits to be accrued from the operations of the concentrator. As you may be aware, this is a massive uh, facility, and to be able to run this facility efficiently and safely, we need more people. Since the start of the, or I should say, since the resumption of the
Mhm.
construction of the concentrator a little over 2 years ago, we have been on a massive recruitment drive to bring on board talented Liberians and make sure they are trained on how to operate this facility. This is the first time in Liberia. So the requisite skills set that we need are not readily available. So we as a business have to invest in the training and development of the skills and of Liberians to be able to run and manage this facility. So one of the first things that people are going to benefit from is the numerous and hundreds of job opportunities that I been created. As a matter of fact, just last month,
Mm.
we employed over 230 Liberians who have been trained through our ArcelorMittal Liberia Training Academy and our process operators leadership program. These are people who are going to work at the concentrator. So that process of recruitment and training is ongoing. During the construction phase of the concentrator,
Hmm.
um, we had at least 3,000 construction-related jobs that were created with the facility in operation and at its full capacity, we will be creating an additional 1,000 permanent jobs to be added to our workforce. That's on the job and employment side. There's also going to be an increase in our taxes and royalties to the government because we are increasing production from five.
Sorry.
Um,
Winston, just a little bit. Let me make some adjustment. I'm getting some feedback. Please let me do this. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yes. Let's continue.
Yes, so as I said, we're going to be increasing significantly our contribution in taxes and royalties to the government because
Mhm.
we are expanding our operations and increasing our production from 5 million tons of iron ore per year to up to 15, 20 million tons of concentrate high value ore. What this means is that the taxes we contribute to the government, the royalties we pay will increase also. You may be aware ArcelorMittal is, if not the largest contributor to government revenue, we've always been in the last couple of years amongst the top two or sitting at the top of that table.
Can I get something?
the,
Yes. So, uh,
the
yes.
feedback is
Also, oh, sorry. There's something. Yeah, sorry. The, I think the technician need to come and touch something over there, please. Yes. So good. Yes, if you're just joining, you're listening to the TBS Yet and Truth 96.1 FM, the Heart and Soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. We are talking with Winston Dayu, the uh, communications manager at Slomita Liberia. We're talking about the iron ore concentration plant launch recently in Nimba County. So let's see if we have this set now. Okay, Winston? Good. Okay. Yeah, so again, you mentioned the issue of job. Let's talk about contribution. Contribution. Job is good. That's one of the things people have talked about over the period of time because of the issue of unemployment in Liberia. So concessions like ArcelorMittal will have huge burden when it comes to trying to provide jobs for the people. But let's talk about contribution to the country in terms of revenue. Does that concentrator add anything to it?
definitely, we're going to see a significant increase in our contribution in terms of revenue generation, taxes, and royalties, and financial benefits to the government because we are increasing production. And what that means is that whatever we pay to the government is also going to increase. For the counties where we operate, we're also going to see an increase in our County Social Development Fund contribution. So that's Bong, Nimba, Grand Bassa. Other areas also that will be positively impacted by this expansion project would be in the area of job, in the area of training and development, I should say. Um, we're also investing in our vocational training center, the Aslam Area Training Academy. That was a facility that was reopened after the end of the Civil War, investing an initial amount of 7 million United States dollars.
Okay.
As we speak today, total investment in that facility is double to around 14 million United States dollars. We are expanding the facility, extending an annex in Buchanan to be able to train more Liberians who would have an opportunity to work for ArcelorMittal Liberia and to work for other mining companies in the country or perhaps in the region as well.
Well, that's good. But let's talk about the relationship with the locals, especially where that concentrator is. What is the relationship with the locals?
I think we are in very good standing with our communities. Our social license as a company is intact. We have had moments of disagreements, of course. Every relationship, there are times when you disagree. The communities where we operate in, the chiefs, the elders, the community leaders, everyone has expressed their support for the expansion project. They've done it in different ways by the way they welcome us in the communities, by issuing their position on issues. So as I'll say overall, we are in good standing. We are forging a very strong collaboration with our communities. We take very seriously concerns that come from the community. If there are issues, we have in place a grievance mechanism system where we track grievances that come from the community and ensure that those grievances are looked into and are resolved where possible. If not, we have other channels through which we can make sure that we reach a resolution over these grievances. So we are in good relationship with our communities. Their presence at the inauguration ceremony uh, also reinforces the fact that we value our partnership.
Yes, that's important. The reason I asked that question is because when you invest in such a facility, why it is true that you may have security and this and that, but the harmonious relationship between you and the community alone can serve as security.
For sure, our real security is the people who we work with, the people who we serve, the communities that we operate in. No amount of policing or armed security can provide the kind of harmony that we need as a concession to operate. We believe by investing in our communities and by understanding what their issues are and being proactive is the best form of security that we can build as a business. So we're working on that. We have introduced a number of other programs to help just cement that bond that we have with the communities and make sure that they feel the positive impact of our operations.
Yes, yes, that is great. But this concentrator, we understand is a component of the phase 2 expansion. Do you want to explain that part?
So phase two is a broad project, broad in
Okay.
terms of scope and the other elements and components of the project. So the concentrator construction
Mhm.
is just one piece of the cake.
Okay.
Also ongoing is the upgrade of the Yekipa Bikana.
Okay.
As you may be aware, that infrastructure which belongs to the government of Nigeria was totally destroyed during the civil war.
Okay.
All of the steel components were dismantled, sold, looted, scrapped. When here in Liberia in 2005,
Mm-hmm.
we had our first agreement signed in 2006. The main priority this one expansion project of this one project
Mm-hmm.
was to restore critical infrastructures like the rail,
Mm-hmm.
the ports, and the bank. So we invested an additional of 500 million United States dollars to restore the railway to be able to support our 5 million tons per annum production target.
Okay.
Phase two now is about uh, making sure that the rail is good enough, is safe enough to support our 15 million tons and above production target. So what we've done basically so far is to restore the railway by removing out of the wooden sleepers that we had on the railway with steel sleepers. We're talking about over 400,000 steel sleepers that were placed on the railway and the wooden ones removed. We're talking about the installation of a rail traffic control system that helps us to track our locomotives on the track and to keep it safe. If there is if there's a situation, for example, of a wagon or a locomotive uh, violating the speed limit, the system is in place for our dispatchers from control room to shut down, to safely shut down that locomotive. So a lot of investment in the railway. The same is ongoing in the port, expanding the capacity of the port to take in larger vessels and to be able to run effectively a 24-hour operation. We're investing in the handling facilities at the port to be able to increase the time it takes to, or I should say, reduce the time it takes to load a vessel. With the introduction of a rail car dumper, with the introduction of a new ship loader, and all of those are happening as part of the phase two expansion project. We have a very good relationship where we are open to engage. We are excited about the support that we receive from the local leaderships of the three counties along nearby Grand Bassa, whether it is the members of parliament through the legislative caucuses of the three counties, or whether it's the office of the superintendent in the three counties, or the traditional leaders. We are in a good uh, relationship. We're in a very strong relationship with these authorities at the county level. There are times where we disagree. There are times where they have issues, they have concerns. For us, it is important to always engage, to dialogue, and to resolve our differences together. Yeah, he has left. He has left. This is, I think, one of several visits that he has made to Liberia. He was here last year as well. For us, Mr. Metal is a big businessman. He's a serious-minded businessman with a lot of influence and a lot of following in the business world. His presence in Liberia, his visit to Liberia, certainly signals that something positive is happening in Liberia, and that Liberia is ready for business. The president was very clear in his remarks at the inauguration ceremony that this investment that has been achieved in Liberia, that has been made in Liberia, is going to really help the country. Is really going to support the vision of the government. So the presence of Mr. Mittal and his visit really draws a lot of positive attention to Liberia. People now want to know what's happening here. Every day I receive communications from different businesses, different organizations globally, governmental. They want to know what's happening in Liberia, what's the update on the project, and how we can showcase this country and the potential for multi-billion dollar investments to come here and to thrive. Uh, Absolutely. So maintaining the roles in the communities where we operate has been part of our, I mean, yearly or routine intervention that we make as we speak. The work is ongoing. It is not uh, something that we do and then we forget about until we are reminded, no, when we plan each year, we plan to keep those roads operational and to keep them safe. So interventions on the community roads continue to go on. And as part of our responsibility, we will ensure that the roads are in a much better state for people to be able to commute from villages to towns and to the cities. So yes, roads remains part of what we do, but also education and training. We are continuing to invest in people. People from the communities, people from the counties are benefiting, whether it's through the Aslamenta Liberia Vocational Training Program or the MDA scholarship that we run with the government of Liberia. We continue to invest into education and training of Liberians. In healthcare, we are supporting the government with the construction of two public health facilities in Grand Bassa and Nimba County. The Liberian Government Hospital in Grand Bassa, the construction work is far advanced on several buildings. I think over 8 buildings at that new facility. The same is ongoing in Sikinpa in Nimba County, where a new GW Harley Hospital facility is being built. The Ganta Yekepa Road, or I should say Ganta Sanikoli Highway, as you may be aware, was constructed with funding from Asila Metal Liberia outside of our MDA commitment. So we believe that as a business, we need to give back to our communities. We need to make sure they share in the dividends of our operations and that the impact is felt where we operate. I think growth in itself comes with a lot of challenges. It comes with a lot of new dynamics. People do not easily welcome change until they have a clear understanding what that change process is, how they're going to be factor in, how it's going to impact them, and what the benefits are going to be. I will say this is the case with Accelerator. We are running a very big world class operation. So part of that is to bring our people along. This is a process. Every now and then they have their own concerns. From our end, it is important for us to listen, for us to engage with them, and for us to find a solution to some of the concerns that will come up to us. I have not seen people who say, "Well, AML is AML is not important to Liberia. AML needs to go." If you ask anybody, they say yes, AML has done this, they are doing this, but they need to do more. And we are a business that listens, we are a business that wants to improve. So these suggestions, the feedback that we receive, we look into them critically and see what lessons can be learned for us to improve. So we respect the concerns that come from our communities, our stakeholders, whether it's local, whether it's government, whether it's civil society, whether it's the diplomatic corps, whatever concern that we have coming to us, we take them seriously and we go into these discussions with the hope that we can find an amicable solution. The people have a right to expect more, not just when it comes to asylum matter. People expect more for anything. If you're in an organization, people expect more from the leadership of the organization. If you're running a country, people expect more from the leadership of the country. Whatever you do, if you're running a business, people expect more from the management of the business. So it's human nature to want more and to want to improve and to want to grow. So we respect that. It's also important to manage our expectations because there are realities and there are limitations to what we do. So we have to find the right balance to be able to operate smoothly as a business.
All right. Good morning, Marka, and I'm Alpha calling from Tupu Royal Center. So I want to thank the brother Isidro. He's doing his job, but I am not impressed when the iron ore is going to be processed and be taken out. If when it will be making steel ore by ArcelorMittal, then I will be impressed. I will be impressed if the houses, the Gambia Lampo, that Lampo left there, are refurbished and then rebuilt to the standard that people live in them. I will be encouraged. I will be encouraged if they start importing water into Lima County and not building tech or calling and I know that argument is not for so this thing I understand. Some
this morning.
Mm.
The Jewelry Lady show. Like our brother is doing well. The people government are not doing anything in Nina. The affected community. Yeah, for CNC
Let-
so to go.
how can you say not doing anything? Are you sure about that statement?
So now the road when I train the road in the St. John River, the road like sort of bill. They went and rehabilitated that road and now we are affording the bridge like sort of bill. No cars now can keep on sending children to go to two. Now the road across up and down all the bridges like sort of bill, nothing happening. And they are there, they are part of the communication department. We are being serious of
Is it a good way that a company thought to do, or this is part of the?
It's mandatory. They need to do that. It's the some of the contract responsibility to carry on. That rule, when things happen to that trip, they use that particular road to go and work on the trap.
Okay, thank you. Let's take just one more. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Fine, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I'm David S. Nola Jr. I speak from the Portland Road.
Okay.
I want to ask your studio guest. ArcelorMittal has built a big concentrator to remove all the unwanted products from the wood and sell the high grade to the world. Now, is there any plan for them to construct a processing plant wherein they will have a finishing product from the wood that they are extracting to turn them into iron, to turn them into steel and other iron things that Liberian can buy from them at a lower cost?
Okay. Yeah. So far, so good. We don't have the luxury of time, but Winston, you live.
And I want to say thanks to all those who took up the time to listen and to participate in the discussion. There are two comments related to value addition. Basically, they want us to produce steel in Liberia. Uh, what I want to say is that we have started. The first phase is to make sure we improve and increase the value of the ore we are producing in Liberia. That comes with a number of benefits in jobs and economic and financial contribution to the government of Liberia. The future looks promising. Uh, that's an area that, as a business, we could explore in the future. A decision has not been made for AML to come and set up a steel factory or something in Liberia at the moment, but let's keep our eyes open. Let's keep looking towards a more positive future. We've done the first step, which is to set up a concentration plant. Who knows what else the future could bring for us. As we speak, rehabilitation of housing in Yekepa and Bikana is ongoing. yes, we recognize the need to provide accommodation for our workers, for AML workers who do not have assigned company housing. They receive their monthly housing allowance. When I joined AML a couple of years ago, I did not have company housing until after 2 years. I received my monthly housing allowance, and then when I got a company house, I stopped receiving my monthly. And if you ask me, Winston, do you prefer to live in a company house or I will tell you, say, give me my housing allowance because it's good. I mean, it's good amount. You look at how much you pay for an apartment. That amount can cover it and get you something. And honestly, I wish they would tell me, Winston, you have the freedom to live. You live outside of AMA house. They will give you a housing allowance. I will go for my housing allowance. Let me see. I think there were a few other calls. The access road. The access road is the road that is along the track, the lateral road along the track. And if there's an issue on the track, it is the road that we use to get to that point. As we speak, the rehabilitation of the access road is ongoing. Perhaps the exact location where the brother is, the team has not reached there, but that process is ongoing. So I ask that he remains patient. So far, so good. I think. The AML Trading Academy. Somebody wants to know how one can enroll. So you got to be on the lookout for when the recruitment period comes. We just did one. I think at least two. Yes, it is always. We do radios, we do newspaper, we do social media to make sure we get the information out there. So wait for the next recruitment draft. The information will be out there. Follow the process. You just need to be a high school graduate. You need to be a Liberian citizen. You need to be, I think, under the age of 25. I need to check that. Uh, and then you can apply. It's a very competitive recruitment process, and it's a very rigorous scrutiny and evaluation process to be able to come out. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks to Truth FM family. Thanks to the TBS for this wonderful conversation. I want to encourage everyone, all of our listeners, all Liberians, to keep a positive spirit, a positive sentiment about the AML expansion project. The project is here for Liberians, and the country is going to benefit. So let's support this investment. Let's make a statement that Liberia is a country that's ready for business.
Thank you, Winston. Well, Winston, are you there? Communications Manager at Lomita Liberia with us this morning on the TBS. We're taking a break, bring you sports, and be back shortly.
So let's link up with Naomi Tapia for sports this morning. Good morning to you, Naomi.
The winning waves for Spartacus, who have been inconsistent with victories in the first division category of the Liberia Basketball Association League since its commencement. The leagues will continue on Thursday with Highway Skylights taking on Highlanders females in the women's division of the leagues, and Georgia Warriors and King John Knights will face off at 7 p.m. in Gintu. The Brewers of Mighty Barrow will be hoping to bounce back after their poor form when they take on MPA Patterns in Thursday's last encounter of the day. The Liberia Football Association has successfully completed a one-day safeguarding training workshop aimed at enhancing the capacity of football administrators in creating a safe and inclusive environment for everyone involved in the game. The day-long training program facilitated by the Safeguarding Department of the Liberia Football Association was conducted on Tuesday, 10 June at the LFA headquarters. Participants engaged in essential discussions and practical sections focused on strengthening their knowledge of safeguarding policies, how to identify and report concerns, recognizing and responding to signs of abuse, and creating safe spaces for children and vulnerable adults. At the close of the event, RFA President Mustafa Raji congratulated the participants for dedicating their time to gain knowledge on safeguarding, which is important in football. Raji also praised the facilitators, Jeffrey Tudokle and Kepe Lamine, for imparting knowledge to others. The workshop aligns with RFA's football development pillar, which emphasizes importance of capacity building. As part of continued efforts to promote peace and foster togetherness amongst the people of Plymouth community, the Plymouth Town Sports Association, in collaboration with the youth leadership, will launch a peace and reconciliation tournament on June 29, 2025. The tournament, according to the organizers, will feature football and kickball matches between the six blocks of the community, creating a friendly atmosphere that will bring that brings people together through the spirit of sportsmanship. The youth chairman of the community, Franklin P. called on all community dwellers, especially the leaders, to come out in full to witness and support the event. He said in a release that a competition is more than just a game of football, adding that it is a step towards stronger unity, deeper understanding, and lasting development in Point Town community. And away from Liberia, Brazil qualified for the 2026 World Cup with a 1-0 win against Paraguay in South American qualifying to give Carlo Ancelotti his first win as manager. Real Madrid fought Vinicius Junior scored from close range in the second half, finishing after fine work from Manchester United-bound playmaker Matheus Cunha. The victory, Ancelotti's first after a 0-0 draw against Ecuador on his debut last week, means Brazil have now qualified for every edition of the World Cup. Elsewhere, World Cup holders Argentina played out an entertaining 1-1 draw with Colombia in Buenos Aires. Liverpool winger Luis Diaz opened the scoring with a fine individual goal, dancing through three defenders before finishing past Aston Villa goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. Argentina were reduced to 10 men with 20 minutes remaining, when Chelsea midfielder Enzo Fernandez was sent off for a hard boot challenge on Colombia's Kevin Castano. But Lionel Messi's side found an equalizer 9 minutes from the end through Leon's Thiago Amanda, leaving Colombia 4 points clear of seventh-place Venezuela. Ecuador, Argentina's nearest challengers, both their spot at next summer's tournament in Canada, Mexico, and the United States after a 0-0 draw away at Peru. That's all from our sports desk.
The True Breakfast Show 961, the heart and soul of Liberia. I'd like to say good morning to all of you tuning in. Yes, so this last segment is going to run straight until 10 o'clock this morning. Well, as I promised you earlier on, I'm going to bring on Shadley. Louis is a Chinese national who was defrauded by Yandan. I'm going to put Yandan picture up on the social media. This is Yandan. Those of you watching up on the Facebook, we have been talking with several other Chinese nationals who strongly believe that Yandan have defrauded them in the scope of huge sum of money with investment. So this Yandan is up on the Facebook, but let's get on Louis is all the way in Belgium, China. Is going to come on live with me this morning on this radio. Those of you watching up, yeah, so just hold on for 5 seconds. I'll bring you live on the radio by mobile. This is the Truth Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Let's do this until 10 o'clock this morning. I'm seeing if I can get his name live right here on, yes. Good morning. I don't know what time is it in China. You're live on Truth FM. Good morning for my name.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay. Yeah, so
5 p.m. Yes.
okay, 5 p.m., meaning that we're 8 hours ahead of you. Great. Welcome. Just introduce yourself. Tell us who actually you are. What's your name? Who are you? Go ahead.
Okay. So my name is Luo Wei. You can call me Nathan. I'm Chinese. I'm a investor from China. So should I like introduce more? Right?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead and do so. Yes, go ahead.
So okay. So my family business is constructions, like building house, building everything. My family business. We are successful in China. We have built a lot of projects, and my first time to come to Liberia is like 1.5 years ago.
Mhm.
So Liberia is a very nice country. I met some nice guys, like Siko, the director of the NPA, and I it's a very different country. In my opinion, it's very different, but it's a country with a also I've been to Liberia. I have so much interest in Liberia. I love Liberia. Liberia is like have a long history with America. I was studying with America for 6 years for my college, and I graduated from New York University for my I'm studying marketing.
Yes, Aida, go ahead, please. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you come in broken a little bit. Go ahead, please.
So 1.5 years ago, why I went to Liberia is because there's a guy named Young Dan.
Okay, so before going, yeah, yeah, hold on. Before you go on to Yandan, your first visit to Liberia, why encourage you to have an investment in our country? I mean, you said Liberia is a very beautiful country. You want to extend your investment from China to Liberia. What encourage you? Have you been in the country, into Africa, and seen this West African country? Let's hear you.
So I never been to Africa before. Liberia is the first country I visited in Africa. So you asked why I went to Liberia, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, that's a question. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
So that's because there's a guy named Yang Dan. We are from the same hometown in China. So he came to me and my father, my family, to invite us to Liberia. He said there's a lot of opportunities, like investments. So my father and I, we decided to went to go to Liberia, have a visit. So 1.5 years ago, my father, I, and the guy Dan, we went to Liberia, and we saw lots of nice projects like mining things, mining like the water factory,
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of things. This is a country with a lot of opportunities. We have been so successful in China, so we we, we see there's a lot of opportunities in Africa. So my father and I and we decide we were asked invited to be here, to be there, be your country.
Mm-hmm.
And Yang Dan, he said he has some resources, some connections,
Mm-hmm.
like the director of NPA, Siko Tukli. And I met Siko Tukli, and Siko Tukli is a very nice guy. He's after I've been be friends with Siko Tukli, I see I can find like he's a very good guy and a very honest people, very good people with a lot of connections and reputation. So my father and I decided to invest in the business, like the mining things, the water factory.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is when my family gave Yang Dan the cash, we find that the business has been hold for a long time. There's nothing like going on, and we choose to talk to Siko, and Siko said Yang Dan took Siko's money too, and we don't know why this business is still holding.
Okay, so yeah, no wait, yeah. So as you're speaking, we want our Liberian people to understand with the conversation. Having come to Liberia, you saw this country of potential and believe that yes, you can extend your investment from China to Liberia through another Chinese called Yandan. And you are sending, how much money did you send to Yandan? Then I'll tell as we continue, how much money you send first initially?
The first cash I think is about $2 million. The first cash. So and the totally I gave Yandan like 2.5 million US dollars. So that's the money from me in the past 1 year. No, I think it's last year. Last year I gave Yandan totally 2.5 million US dollars.
Okay,
So
so yeah, so because I have a listing here of others who are also victim for Nissan Yandam, including the managing director of the National Port Authority, also a victim of Yandam defrauding him, taking a huge sum of money in the tune of 1.3 million. I have a whole listing here with me, but let's look at when you send the money. What did Yandam say he was going to do? Which sort of investment? And almost 2 years, you decide to reach out to somebody who is on the ground credible. When you reach out to the NPA boss, Sekou 2 was also defrauded by the same Yandan. What sort of investment you wanted to get into? Yeah, the money the money that you sent, I'm asking, what sort of investment was it that both of you, Yandan, said, well, we can have this investment in Liberia? What sort of investment was that?
You mean
what business? What business do you intend to do?
You intend to do?
The mining thing, mining.
Okay. Une mining, just mining alone? Une mining, any other thing attached to it?
And the wood factory. There's a water factory.
Okay, the mining and water factory. Before my colleague can come in, I just want to read a listing because I've been interviewing other Chinese national who was also affected by the same Yandan. Ying Hong says he lost almost 2M RMB of Chinese money to Yandan. Jen Wei, 2M RMB to the same Yandan. Mr. Gu Ben, 2.2M to the same Yandan. Mr. Dane, 3 million RMB to the same Yandan. Nathan, you are Louis, 2. And you Nathan, right? Yes, 2.5. So what is interesting here, you decide to reach to one of our public officials, Sekou Dougle, the NPA boss, our managing director. He also got defrauded by the same pricing, 1.3 million. What runs to your mind?
You know, can you repeat that?
Yeah, I said, what runs to your mind? I've been Sekou to you trying to help for him to help you out, but this same young man have also duped him in our Liberian way. I mean, defrauded him.
Yes, that's right. You know, I saw, you know, Siko. I saw Siko is innocent, and Siko, and I know Siko gave Yandan money like, I think it's a few months ago. You know, the first time Yandan said Siko, he didn't invest. Siko didn't invest any dollar in the business, but after I talked to Siko said he invested like over 1 million US dollars to Yandan. You know, I'm surprised. You know, Siko is part. It invests, offer the land of the water factory and give Yandan the money to buy the water factory, the equipment of the water factory. You know, it surprised me a lot. Yandan said Siko didn't invest a lot of money in the business, but the truth is Siko invests a lot, over $1 million US dollars.
Well, so I don't know. So how do you intend to go about this? 2.5 million US dollars is not small money, and I know other people are victims. You are also one of the victims. So what do you intend to do now?
You know, I just want my justice to come back. You know, I want the business running good, but the business has been hold for a long time, and Yandan took so much money and keep the money in his own pocket, and right now he tried to escape walk away from the country, and he want to be a free man. But I just want justice, want my money come back, and I want other victims get their justice come back.
Okay, I mean, you want justice come back. So, Louis, a couple of days ago, we saw a video circulating on the social media where Yandan took some other business partner saying that the water factory belongs to him. He tried to confuse the Liberian community. You want to speak to that?
I read that news. You know, it's not true. It's not true. Young Dan say to me, say to other people, say he can write the judge, write the social media people, and just put some fake news because the list like Ying Hong, Jin Wei, other people, they are victims, they are investors. They give money to Young Dan, and Young Dan took all the cash and only put a small money in the water factory and keep a lot of money in his own pocket. The victims like me, like Ying Hong, Jin Wei, other people, they want their shares. They want their shares in the business, and they want the justice. But Young Dan right now he tried to take over the factory. It's not true. He didn't invest $1 in the business, and he took a lot of cash in his own pocket. It's not true, man. It's not true.
Okay, so any effort to contact the Chinese embassy, or what's a possibility that Young Dan can go back to China, or he can travel elsewhere? You talk about his leave. He wants to leave the country.
No, Young Dan he can go to China, but he's not willing to go to China because the Chinese police will arrest him after he lands in China. That's why he's still staying in Africa. The Chinese police officer has a lot of evidence against him. He's a criminal in China now. That's why he still staying in Africa. He didn't want to go to China.
Okay.
He cannot go back to Australia because he's still a criminal in Australia. Right now, the only place he can stay is Liberia. He said he can have everyone bribe judge, bribe people, and they can still be free. But if he go to China, he will be arrested because he's criminal in China now.
Okay, so for the benefit of the listening audience, one major reason we brought you on the air, we don't want investors leaving our country. Liberia is a country open up for investment. We want more investors to come into our country. So with this kind of information, this kind of story, that's why we bring you on a national platform for Liberians to hear your voice this morning. But let's get back to this again. You care to tell the public, I'm doing this. How many persons do you know that Young Dan have defrauded? I've taken huge sum of money from. Like, I have a mining company, I have a water factory here in Liberia.
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, I'm saying that. Do you care to inform the public how many persons that this same Young Dan have defrauded on the same water company, water project, mining company that you say you have? How many persons?
How many persons you say?
How many persons have been affected? Do you know? Do you have knowledge of them?
Yes, I know every victim. I have talked to them. There's about I think there's a 7 person who gave money to Young Dan. They are all victims. I've talked to them. They try to, because everyone almost they are in China. It's a long way travel from China to Liberia. They want me to talk talk to the public to let people know Young Dan is criminal, Young Dan is liar, and lots of people they want their money back and want the justice. And the people like Ying Hong, like me, I still have faith in Liberia. I still love this country.
Okay, so as someone who is a business person who has the potential of investing in other locations, having experienced this, what sort of due diligence will you do in a particular place if you want to do an investment, just instead of going through one person? And besides that, what do you want to tell other potential investors who may want to do business in Liberia in terms of what channels they can use to do legitimate investment in the country?
So I have got a lesson from these things from Young Dan cheat on everyone. I think Liberia is a country with a lot of opportunities. So I think before we other people like from Chinese investors, before we invest in this country, we should to be honest to everyone, let every partner know how much we spend on everything, and we should make the company the structure, the organization very clear, and we will open a mutual bank for everyone to know every dollar spent in the business. So I think it's a lesson we learned, and it's a lesson for everyone. And I still tell my people, tell the Chinese investors, say Liberia is still a country with a lot of opportunities. We should go, and we should be very careful, and we choose the right partner, choose a good person, and be honest to everyone, and have faith in everyone.
Okay, that's a good one. So I have a video in my possession yet. Yan Dan also tried to blackmail in a Liberian way, blackmail the National Port Authority boss Sekou Dukle because he's a public official, yeah. And that video circulated on the social media, and he's also a victim. What runs to your mind? I keep asking you this because a Liberian in his own country been duped by Yan Dan, and you are both of you are on the same country. What runs to your mind with the investment?
I can't understand. Sorry, can you explain that?
I'm saying because you did reach out to the managing director of the MPA, who was also duped by Yanda in his own country. He's in country and been duped by foreign investors, right? So what runs to your mind with other investment opportunities to open up? Because if Sekou is in his own country is been duped, then other foreigners out there, what do you think?
You know, it surprised me a lot. You know, Yang Dan cheat on the Chinese people, and he also cheat on the director of MPA, the Sekou boss. You know, the Sekou Dukli. You know, he's the director of the MPA. So you know, it surprised me a lot. You know, Sekou is a good person with a very good reputation, but Yang Dan still has the ball to cheat on Sekou. It surprised me a lot, and it surprised everyone. You know, for other foreigners may have interest in the area. I think they should be like talk to the right person, talk to people directly, not let Young Dan take any benefits from us, from like other people like the Chinese victims, Chinese investors, or local investors like Sekou.
So, but that means you are wiring this kind of money. Which true? But which bank? Which bank? What sort of transfer did you do? I'm hearing it's a huge sum of money, 2.5 RM. The listing yet 2.5 RM dollars. Sekou was 1. What sort of transfer did you do with this investment? What sort of bank you transfer this kind of huge money?
You know, we checked every records that he spent. He spent like about like 2.2 million US dollars in the business, but he keep like almost 3 million US dollars in his own pocket. You know, I heard he made Young Dan purchase some apartments in Japan, in other countries, and he also like he has a fiance. He called a fiance named Xu Dan. Is like a old lady, 56 years old. You know, they're together, and I think Young Dan put almost every dollar in her bank account. It's like maybe in Australia, in Japan, in Hong Kong. But you know, we have no resources to check how much money where he hide the money. In China or in Australia, not in his account, but maybe in Hong Kong, in Japan.
Wow. The money is in Hong Kong, Japan.
Yeah. So, at what point, throughout your interaction with Yang Dan, at what point did Sekou get involved?
Okay. At what point, Sekou? You asked like.
Yeah, with the business partnership now, since that business agreement, let's do water pump, let's do mining. At what point did Sekou got involved? Because you also do as well.
Okay. Sekou is the first investor. Sekou made the company, made the business happen. Sekou is the first one, like and another Chinese guy. Sekou is the first investor. Sekou is like the original shareholder in both business.
Okay.
You know, Sekou offered the land to build the wood factory. The land is belong to Seco.
Okay. So what if factory the land is for Seku? So let me ask this very important question. If the matter is going to the court before today, if you go to the court, if Louis and others goes to court, do you have document to show that you have given money to Yandan? Do you have the record that all you file, yeah, this is the amount of money I've given on him? Do you have that to prove?
Sure, I have that record. I have the Chinese version and I have the English version. I have everything. Everyone has their documents, like show how much money and when they gave Yandan the money and how they gave the money to Yandan. We have everything, every document. Evidence are enough. But Yandan, he said he can bribe the church, and he said he will walk away. So that's why I want the public to hear our voice. We want the justice to come back.
Okay, great. So I want you to stay on the line. Let ordinary librarians participate and hear how is the reaction here. The main reason we brought you on air because we need more investors in our country. I mean, we don't want people outside worry and say, well, Liberia is not a good country to go and invest. That's why we bring you on the national platform to talk to Liberians across the country. So I want you to stay on the line, please. Stay on the line. I'm going to pick up phone calls. People are going to call in right now, and you will respond after the calls that have come through.
And please listen carefully.
Please listen.
Yeah.
If you have pen, please put some of the pens down. Okay, great. So call us on 0770-153-265
and 0770-202579.
Yes, Louis is live with us. Let's pick our first caller. Good morning.
David Coach, my name.
Louis,
hello?
Yeah, Louis, are you hearing the phone call? You hearing the person calling through? Okay, yes, Mac, those are you calling my president number. Please start. I'm using this live to bring with Louis. So please call the number. No, do it, not you. Be on the line. Call this number. We'll call it on the air. Don't call my personal number.
Yes,
you'll disrupt the interview, please.
Exactly. So call 0770-202579. Not O'Neill's personal number.
Don't call my personal number. You'll disrupt the whole interview. Please don't do so. Call 0770-153-265. Please. Yes, let's pick this caller. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach David Coach.
Go ahead.
Thank you. There's a movie called The Master. It's a Nigerian show where a fellow cook, a lot of people are calling themselves businessmen. I think one of the reasons why this man was duped by the Zhejiang Chinese man is because they like their shortcut business. They don't want to go through the government to do the thing properly. It's a system. Look at the money we're talking about. We're not talking about $1,000 or $2,000. We're talking about millions. How can you transfer money to somebody to do business in a country? And one of the surprising most is the MD of NPA. Yeah, man, you haven't educated. You allow one cook in one little corner to do that kind of money. People must learn to go straight. We have the National Investment Commission. We have this group, the ministry responsible for all of these things. How can you allow yourself as an educated man to be duped by one cook, one Chinese man sitting in one corner?
Okay.
I think the major reason for this is shortcut. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Great. Thank you. Your response, Louis, just be on the line. Yes, go ahead.
Mama, just introduce
yourself. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Is a transnational criminal. They will be brought into defrauding the whole national and including all of us of their high-end resources. Yeah. I listen to you, Alena, you also Milan in the place of paying so high up to Milan, the good reputation of the MD. I think such behavior is bad. And we don't laboratory be a launching pad for foreigner to come and this is as a work to do other people.
Okay, thank you.
All right, great. I have a call on the line 2. Let's pick this person on the line. Good morning. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. A pleasant good morning, O'Neil and Marka. And let me say good morning to the guest. Look, I feel so protected this morning. My name is Fred Joma, and I formed this morning from District to Magidi. I feel the pain of your guest this morning, to have heard that he was due a huge amount. And I want to make this clear that we Liberians, we are good people. We are not people of that kind of characteristic. But my only disappointment is in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, if not the Ministry of Labor, working the particular Chinese people or resident permit. I don't know which one of the document they're giving up permit, they're being the duping people. But what I want to say this morning is that Labrador is far away from that kind of dubious act. Labrador people are very intelligent people, but the only disappointing thing was that the investor is not allowed, but not fair enough to have passed through the red channel.
Okay, great. So hold on, Aloysius, before you continue. The reason why I bring him on the air because he could make a publication out there like, bro, it's not a good country to go and invest. Yes, when you go there, our own national duping people to dupe their money. Don't carry your money there. Yes, go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
Thank you. President Oni for the recognition. And let me say thanks for the effort to bring the Chinese national on this radio so as to inform the Liberian people about such, an unfortunate situation. And like people of Quebec said, we have procedures in this country whenever an investor or an investment is to be paid. We should follow those procedures. But even hearing that a government official has been duped or defrauded in this situation.
So Liberian should be asking, what's the next step? Young Dan is staying in Liberia. He's still here. The victims are all yet. The victims are all yet. The victims are yet. But none of you asking. The victims are yet. The man who did the act is still in country, trying to leave the country.
So I think it's the case study that this individual has not just defrauded all people in Liberia but other countries. So what we need to do now is to get the intelligence of this individual, which for the country he needs to be arrested now and in police custody. Because this is something that will tarnish the reputation of the country.
Thank you. Yes, very lucky. Go ahead. Morning.
Good morning, Marka, and the fellow in China. I want to encourage this gentleman to not lose confidence in Liberia. Like you said, Liberia has a lot of potential. Liberia is a small country, but we are rich in natural resources. He should encourage other people to come just as much as he wants to come here. But I want to ask him whether the Liberian government knows him here as an investor. Thank you for taking my call.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go back. Louis, you listen up to the callers. If you continue, you just be answering calls. I want you to respond. You listen up to more than 10 pressing coming through. The calls are still coming. Respond. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yes. So I for the first people who called in, he says that very, very good, very, very correctly. I made a very stupid mistake. I gave the cash directly to John Dan, not to the company.
Okay.
Because for me, I'm so stupid to transfer my cash directly to John Dan's personal account. It would be like in a mutual account. Like I said before, if we want to do business, we need to open a mutual account or like a company account. Everyone should have access to check every records, every transactions. So for the first people, I got my license, so it's my fault. And the Seiko also gave cash directly to Young Dan, and we all of us made a huge mistake, a very stupid mistake. So I think that I should be feel sorry to lose so much money, but for everyone, for every other investors, for all the people who want to do business in the area, for the first things, the money, the funds, the cash should be in a mutual account, mutual company account, that everyone know every dollar spent in the right place. And for the last person who called in, I want to thank him. I still have faith in Liberia, and I still encourage my Chinese friends, my people to go to Liberia. There's a lot of potential, lots of good people there. So, and I also want to say, please, I want to say to the Liberia people, to the local people, you guys should have faith in the Chinese people. You know, Yang Dan is a mistake. He cannot he cannot represent every Chinese people. Chinese people are very old people. They have faith in Liberia, in Africa, like our government, like China, the big boss in China. The big boss said we should encourage all the Chinese investors, the Chinese companies to invest in Africa. So we should both have faith in each other. And I love Liberia, and I will come to Liberia, and I will keep investing in Liberia, and I want to make this country better. So that's my response to the last caller. And you know, I maybe have a very bad signal. I cannot recall the questions these people ask. You like, please, O'Neill, can you like repeat their.
Okay, yeah, I like the fact that you pronounce my name correctly, O'Neill. So I have a new Chinese investor now, a Chinese friend investor now. Oh, you don't want to laugh? I'm not Yan Dan. Louis, I said I have a new Chinese friend investor now. You're pronouncing my name correctly.
O'Neill, right?
Yes, that's it. That's it. Great. Yes. Let's pick a few more calls. You will be over to the next 10 more minutes, then we'll let you go. So why would you yes, 10 more minutes. So those of you who are trying to call, please go ahead and do so. Louis is another victim. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry. So you know, I have something to say. You know, have more things to say. Can I like take my?
Yes, yeah. Please do so. Go ahead.
You know, I also read some news in the newspaper. You know, Yang Dan, maybe he spent some money, bribe some people to put some fake news. And you know, Yang Dan said he was in a fight and he has been hurt by some Chinese people. But the truth is, I know the other Chinese people. I will tell you the truth. I will tell the truth to the public. You know, the picture Yang Dan's lawyer named Johnny Mumu attacked to complain to the police. And Yang Dan, he attacked 4 Chinese people in a restaurant first and hurt 2 of them. And the Chinese people, they defend themselves, and everyone got hurt. So, and he blamed Siko for that. But Siko is not there, was not there. How can he blame Siko? You know, there's evidence everywhere, and the restaurant has a video recording. You know, Yang Dan is putting every fake news in the newspaper. Everything has evidence, and I just want to say that again, please. I believe this is country and this is world with justice. Just check the victim, check the evidence, and all the victims, the Chinese people, they got hurt very badly. Everyone got hurt, but it's Yang Dan. Yang Dan fight first, and the Chinese people, these people defend themselves. It's not it's Yang Dan's fault. Yang Dan fight first. So I just want the news to be confirmed.
Okay, so, Louis, China have been Liberia-China relationship have lasted for, I mean, decades upon decades. You have a very effective embassy accredited to Liberia here. Let me ask you again. Have there been any effort to reach out to the Chinese embassy and complain one of your own what he have done to you all?
Yeah, I have talked to the Chinese embassy, Mr. Yin. You know, the Chinese embassy, they care about us. They care about our safety. And the Chinese embassy said, if I'm the Chinese victims, Chinese investors, if they are facing like some problems, I just call him. But you know, the investor also said it's in Liberia, and please let the Liberia people, Liberia officers, to deal with the problem. And the investor will support us, will support the justice, but it's in Liberia, and the Liberia, the judge should be in charge. and she should be like take care of the case. But the investor of China, he said he will take care of us, take care of the safety.
Okay. Yes. So let's take a few more calls up. Then we'll call it a day with you. 10 minutes more. We'll let you go. Just stay on the line, Louis. Yes, just stay on the line, Louis. Let's pick a few more calls. 0770-153-265. Let's hear from our caller. 0770-153-265. Yes, Marka, you have a call. Yes,
Good morning. Oh, that
The
call
person went off
slipped
the
off the
line. Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can come through 0770-202579.
Okay, let's see this person, man.
Okay, let me get this.
4 5 second. Move for your monitor, please. If you're doing so, so close to the radio. Go ahead.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning.
Morning.
That is good morning to our brother from China. Like I said, he shouldn't feel discouraged. We have huge potential in Liberia. I always told people, I say Liberia is a important country. Everything that you think about, we have it here, panel. So he shouldn't feel discouraged. I think with everything that he has lost, he might not get everything, but I know when he try to invest into the Liberian economy, I think he will gain some of his money back. So if you feel discouraged, there are a lot of potential that we can also help in the process. But only after the show, let's talk. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning.
No,
No,
you,
no,
you
no,
can't do
no,
this
no.
the rest. Let's see this person online too. You won't call, you have to move from your monitor. Morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Well, go ahead.
This is Mr. Jimmy from R2. My input this morning had to do with a young man, they call it that Sangar. Then they said should be able to meet the authorities within this country. When the young men stay here, they should be able to get to the court or to the legal process, to go through the legal process to have the guy arrested. And what I'm doing it because Liberia is resting on our shoulder. On the land, they got went and robbed the young man. Because the businessman, the investor, it's not a good sign for our country. So the legal authorities should come in, quick and help the guy to get the guy up to have him arrested to go through the case. I think it will be a good sign if the guy get me justice. In fact, for justice, I believe. Everybody, one way or the other, everybody can be fitted into such business. Like if the first time to come, you can contact somebody. To the person, say, let's take it so. So bring out pure time. Then when the guy do God without money, but instead have opportunity to hear from like real people, meaning the government. Let the government come in quick and have that guy arrested to go through the process.
All right.
To bring a paper according to how he asked, when he got all the documents set for him, the transaction document, when he got all the documents to prove that yes, the young guy is the one that proving with the social money, the young guy, when he's in this country, he should go through the punishment.
All right. Thank you. Let's speak. Yes. To help our country. Yeah. So we're gonna take one more call. I feel Timber was calling. I want Louis to stay on the line. Others who was affected, other Chinese who was also affected. I want to
Please
play
stay
that
away
voice.
from your monitor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is a call from Congo Town.
Okay.
So I just want to encourage the Chinese guy to stay focused, do what he got to do. But I have interest in getting connected with him too, though. Yes, I'm a business owner.
Your business owner.
Sure, I own a construction company and a tech company.
Okay, I'm a contact person right now, so leave that one.
So yeah, no, it's not an issue. I got plans of going to China.
Okay, let's talk that on the flip side, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So Louis, I want you to stay on the line. I want you to listen up to this, folks. Louis on the line is not the only victim. Over the week, on Monday, we spoke with others, Chinese, who was also affected by the same defraud from Yandan. They spoke with us. Let's just listen up. So people will think that, oh, he's the only person with a man wire money from. No, there are 7 on the list, including the one thing I can get one, Marka. Our own men are on the ground here in Liberia. Yeah. Yandan, defrauded him. The person in control. But let's play the other guys' voices. Let's see. Please, Louis, please listen. If you recognize some of your own guys from your country, listen up. Please listen. Yes, hold on 4 5 seconds.
he said, I want to open water factory. Okay. So everyone, that time I very trusted him. So I invest one million RMB, yeah, Chinese money. Okay, how much is that? How much does that understand? One million. 1 million.
So the other person invested 1 million to the scene Yanda. This is another Chinese talking. 1 million. Listen up.
Okay. 1 million for water factory. For water factory. And the same year, 2024, September. They, they say I still have my company. Okay. Because my you say you have a water company, you also say you have a mining company. Because mining company own money. Yeah, make fast money. Fast money. So they want me invest one million again. Another 1 million.
So he gave the first time 1 million for the water factory to Yandan. Again, Yandan he stopped and said, I have mining from water to mining, another 1 M again. So Louis, you recognize your fellow compatriot voices. You recognize them. Do you know them?
Yes, it's Jinwei. I know him. He's a very nice guy.
How do you call him? I call him Jinwei. Did I pronounce it good? Jinwei. You know him?
Yeah, I know him. Jinwei. I can recognize his voice.
So you're not the only person. I mean seven, even more. You're done. So we try to close up. So let's use the next 5 minutes, and we're definitely going to follow up on this matter.
Hello.
Yeah. So I'm saying we're going to use the next 5 minutes to close up. Any other thing you want to say? We're going to continue with this. Yes, another time.
Yes. You know, I have another very important statement to make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right now, you know, young Dan, he can't blame me. We are the victims. He took cash from us, but right now he blamed Seiko took over $1 million from him. But the truth is, the money young Dan has no money, and he took money from us, and he gives money to Seiko, but the money spent to Seiko for qualified business expense over years, maybe the past 2 years, is about $300,000, and the money sent through the company for consultation and other qualified business expense is about $800,000. So if we
you mean a 1 second span with the same Yanda?
I mean, Yana said Seiko took money from him, but the truth is the money is from us, and we all know the money is for business purpose. Seiko.
Let's get this over. Sorry, Louis, let's get this over. I mean, this is very important. Seiko is a public official. Yandan says Sekou took money from me. And who's the money for? Who the money belongs to? You want to clear it, please?
Yes, the money belongs to me. Most, like over 80%, belong me and other victims. It's not belong to Yandan. Yandan took the money from us. The money is from us, from me, not from Yandan. I can give you all evidence, the transactions of the bank.
Okay, so lastly, this is very important. You heard other people have been calling and say they still want you to do business partnership. Do you intend to continue? What's your next plan?
What's my next plan?
Yes, librarians are calling and say don't turn your back on the country. Liberia is a good country. I mean, despite your own national have done this, yes.
I will keep investing in Liberia. I love this country and I love Seiko. Seiko is very honest people. Seiko has done nothing wrong. No, the only bad person, the only very bad person is Yang Dan. Everyone is good. The business is good. The people there is good. So I want to say that to the public. I love this country. I will keep investing in this country. There's no problem. I just want my justice back. And I want to clear that statement made by Yang Dan is all fake. Yang Dan's statement is all fake, and he blamed everyone, but the only bad person, the only criminal is Yang Dan, not Zico.
Okay.
Zico is a very good person, very nice people with a good reputation. So Yang Dan used Zico's name to cheat us.
He used Seco's name to cheat you. Okay.
Wait.
So when he said use Seco's name, how did he do? When he said, well, Louis, I'm a friend with the managing director of the MPA. I needed some. He used his name to fake you people. Is what he's saying?
Yes, he used Zico's reputation.
Look,
Zico's reputation. So right now he still blames Zico for taking the money, but the money is actually from me, not from Yang Dan. And Zico spent the money for business purpose, and we all know that.
All right.
It's for business purpose.
Okay.
So why he take the suit Zico for taking the money? It's bullshit.
I mean, any final words will take leave of you as we try to close up. Any final word? Anything you want to say lastly as I say goodbye to you? Louis?
Last statement to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, definitely. Thanks for picking my call. I know it's late evening hours in China. We'll definitely be in touch. Thanks so much, Louis.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Yes, Mac, I think this is 14. This I'll go home.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, great one.
Thanks to him for coming through.
Yes, Liberia is still a good country, man. Yeah, Yanda. Let me put this is Yanda photo you see up on the Facebook there. That's what wiring did.
Cool.
What? Look. As we close up, Gongwi. I hope I got getting the name correctly. I need to pick up my Chinese class very soon. Gongwi, another Chinese here with a 2M form. If you see Yanda, you want to even bust a whole head, But let's see. We'll continue this another time. Thank you so much. This was very intended that it will come out because this man could do a wrong story and say, don't go and invest in that country. It will drive other investors and say, well, but foreigner eating foreigner, want to use a Liberian, to blackmail him to move on. But as we close up, any final word?
Yes, anyway, we want to say thanks to all of our followers who have been with us since this morning, 7:30 up to this time. We are grateful. We'll be here tomorrow again. Happy birthday to George Bowie. Yes, George Bowie is celebrating his birthday on today. So yes, happy birthday to him and have yourself a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll see you on tomorrow. Oni Rabbits, Marka, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.